Have you ever had a day where you're just like, everything seems to go wrong? And have you had days when everything seems to go right? Sometimes we have days that are like in between. It's like we get on a roll and everything seems to go well, and then all of a sudden it seems to go bad, and then it seems to go this or that and back and forth. But yet, all of a sudden in our heads, we're yelling at each other, we're saying bad words, we're calling ourselves names, stuff we would not say to somebody else. It's like, why do we do that? And this week, as I've been chatting with people and doing things, I've heard this over and over and again this week. Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple. Of course, most of us know it as stupid. Keep it, and fill in the blank on the last one, but anything that starts with S, right? And I got thinking about it. And I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't want to call somebody else stupid. I wouldn't want to call anybody else silly, at least in the way of business, or any other kind of derogatory term that comes up. So it's like, why are we still using that acronym, if you will, KISS? Keep it simple, fill in the blank. Why aren't we just calling it KISS? Keep it simple. K.I.S. We don't need the extra S. We don't need to be calling ourselves some goofy name when all we just need to go is keep it simple and get it done. That's it. Why are we adding that negativity to the end of it or anything else like that? And then it really got me thinking of, wow, the voice in my head saying, oh, we can get to it later. That's fine. Nobody's going to care if we don't do it today. We've all got those voices, right? It's okay. We've had a great day. Let's go get that ice cream, or let's go get that sweet treat, or let's dive into that comfort food because we're having a bad day. And we listen to that voice. The problem is that voice isn't always helpful. There are on occasions when it is, though most of the time it's not. So why are we listening to it? Why are we derailing ourselves? Why are we letting the fear rule us? And it's really been top of mind for this last week because I have my own coach who does quantum numerology. So we talk about the energy of numbers. We talk about the energy of the universe. We talk about this and we like, why does certain things happen in certain ways? And the beauty of it is we can overcome this stuff. I know for me, I have no completion in my chart, and it's really been top of mind for me because we have to not only just think about what we want, talk about what we want, we have to take the action behind what we want while all keeping it simple, right? So how in the world do we do that? What do you do when life gets complicated? Well, most of us shut down, or we retreat, or we're like, I guess it's just meant to be. And we listen to that voice in our head saying, hey, sometimes it sounds like our mother. Sometimes it sounds like, somebody who caused us some trauma. Sometimes it's just that random weird voice that we have no idea where we picked it up, but maybe we've named our voice too. Sometimes mine's Ethel. Mine is Ethel, and sometimes I have to tell Ethel to shut up. It's really one of those things that we need to remember that we are not the thoughts that we think. We are the actions that we take. And that the action is a language of success. And yes, I stole that from somebody else. That was T. Harbecker. So that's not mine, but I love it. We have to be aware of all of the things holding us back. And for me, not completing things was a pattern based partly on listening to other people tell me I wasn't good enough, would never amount to anything. And so it became a pattern. And it's now a pattern that I'm trying to break. And this video right here is one of the ways that I'm breaking it by showing up at 9 o'clock on Fridays and Mondays. I have to complete something. I have to be here. It's one of those things that's a way for me to say, hey, I can complete something. Even if sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about until 5 minutes before I go live. I'm still here. I still show up. I'm doing what needs to be done. And I hope for you, you have that one thing that you complete every day, or at least once a week, once a month, whatever, that keeps you going. Because I know sometimes we don't always have the cheerleaders we need in our lives. I know I always haven't, or at least it didn't seem like I did. Until you look back and you realize, wow, I actually did have one or two people cheerleading for me. It's just I couldn't see them for the noise of everybody else. Wasn't aware of them in the way that I am now. I had some awesome calls this week with some people that have helped me to see things in a different way. Not always, quite maybe how they intended it, but for me, it was like, wow, I can see a better future for myself. I can see some of the dreams that I have now taking form because I'm like, okay, here's how I do it. And I'm not doing it alone. The hardest thing, I've said it before, but I'm going to probably say it again. The hardest thing is to reach out and say, I need help. It is. It is the hardest thing to say. Yet we all need help at some point. Whether it's as simple as going, hey, can you help me get that down? As I always ask the tall boy in the house to go, I need that from that top shelf. Can you grab it for me? Even that sometimes is hard because we think we have to do everything ourselves, and we don't. We just need to reach out and say, hey, need a little help with this. I think I got it, though I'd love you to back me up a little bit on it. Take a look at it. Help me with this. Hey, can you help me for a minute? I need to vent. Or I've got this decision I got to make, and I'm not sure which side I need to go on. Can you give me a hand? It seems simple. It really is simple. Yet the hard part is overcoming the fear of rejection, the fear of people thinking we're stupid, or any other number of just anxiety of like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to somebody. I have to actually ask for this. It's okay. Do it anyway. Don't let fear stop you. Because that's what a lot of it is. And when we add a negative word to the end of keep it simple, sometimes that's the fear talking. And when we start catching ourselves adding a derogatory last on the back of that, we need to stop and say, no, I'm great. I'm good. I'm awesome. I'm enough. I'm here. I'm ready to do this. So we can build the clarity and the confidence to actually get our dreams while using what we have right in front of us. We have far more resources sitting around us than ever before. People can start a business now with something as simple as a phone, and that's it. And an idea. So don't let that stuff hold you back. And don't let the naysayers hold you back either. I know for one, I'm a cheerleader for a lot of people because I can see a lot of potential in a lot of people. And I love helping bringing that out. I help finding the clarity, the empowered clarity that you need. So I totally love it. Let's grab a conversation and a cup of coffee or tea or your favorite beverage, because I'm not adverse to having an evening conversation as well. And let's get to the bottom of what you really desire. So you can take that empowered clarity and all of the resources that you have at your disposal in this moment and build your empire. All right. I will see you guys on Monday.